Hello everyone, my name is Mahinur and I'm an official representative and ambassador of AS company. Today I'm gonna tell you and show you how to make cool fluffy eyebrows using my favorite fluffy fur technique. To do this, I'm gonna need our AS company brand equipment and products. I will tell you about the Micron machine, which is made in Czech. This is a long stroke machine. You can use it to create very nice fluffy works, for example eyebrows. I will also need Micron cartridges of two configurations for my work. I'm gonna need a textured needle 30/1 and a bunched needle 30/5. 5 to make a gradient. I will also use Alina Shahova's pigments and I will take 3 tints, which would fit our model type. Base, brown-haired and deep brown. Base and brown-haired are main colors and I'm gonna use deep brown to create the gradient. Our pigments are hybrids and they're very good quality and give very nice healed result. You will see it later during our practice. I will also use Anastasia eye gel from AS company scrub, which will help me clean and prepare the skin for the procedure, and fixing powder to fix the drawing, and pro gel to remove the pigments remainings from the skin. We will create fabulous eyebrows by using all these products and an amazing machine. We proceed to our procedure, but before starting, we need to clean the eyebrow skin. We will do it by using a scrub, then we will start making a sketch. You can apply a scrub by using a cotton swab or with the help of your fingers, depending on what is more convenient for you. Why do we need to apply the scrub? For more convenient permanent makeup work and the paint would lay on better, so we would be satisfied with the result. You can also apply the scrub on the lip area. The eyebrows are prepared and we are going to make the sketch. To do that, we need white gel pen and one-off ruler. First of all, we need to find the mid-eyebrow point on the bridge of the nose. We draw a point and stretching the line up using a ruler or estimating by eye. Then we need to find the beginning of the eyebrow growth, the apex point and the end of the eyebrow. We need to place the ruler from the vein of the nose to lacrimal canal and draw the line up. Then we will have to find the apex point by placing the ruler from the vein of the nose to the apple of the eye and then draw the line. This pattern works for the model with the standard face shape. If she has close-set eyes, we need to make eyebrows a little further apart. If she has far-set eyes, we need to make them closer. We can find the end of the eyebrow growth by placing it from the vein of the nose to the end of the eye and then draw a line. Here we have 3 points. These are the starting points which we will make a sketch on. Now we have to draw an arch. The first arch is on the bottom of the eyebrow. The second one is on the top of the eyebrow. We start from the nose bridge and pull the line to the apex point on both sides. The second line is the same. We draw an arch to the apex point. An important thing is that we need to lift the tails of the eyebrows up. The tail level has to be on the same level as the beginning of the eyebrow or higher. Making it lower is unacceptable. Our model has very beautiful eyebrows. We just need to connect the lines. The sketch is ready and now I'm gonna show you how to fix it. I will use the AS Company fixing powder to fix it with the cotton pad. Remove the remainings. We need to fix the sketch so it doesn't wear off in the process. I'm using one more thing for the sketch, which is a pilot pen. It starts erasing from the third round. I'm usually fixing it by drawing some red dots around the eyebrow. And if any of you teach basic courses for the beginners, it will be very handy to use. Then we need to choose the tint and our amazing swatches will help us. Our model's skin is cold, she's got cold medium blonde eyebrows. I will use several colors, brown hair base and a couple of drops of deep brown to get the perfect tone. So, I'm going to use these 3 pigments, a brown hair base and a deep brown one. I will do the procedure using the micron machine and micron cartridges of 2 configurations, textured 1 and bunched 5. Bunch 5 for the gradient. I will also use Anesthetic, AS Company Ice Gel and Gel Pro for removing the pigments remains. Here I have a secondary anesthesia, then there is a deep brown one for the gradient and main mix of base and brown haired. I'm going to start working with the 30/1 RLTT needle. You need to bend the needle to one of the cartridges side to make it rigid. We adjust our needle stick out for 1.5 millimeters. I always work with a short needle out because it gives better pigments and good application. The machine speed is 4.5. A fixed hand position, rest on a pinky. We have to stretch the skin but not too much, towards yourself, slightly titled. I will do 80 to 20 strokes, 80 to 20 so the sketch is tightly fixed. Start carefully, the most important is not to rush and work using a low speed and work as if you're painting your eyebrow with a pen. Paint it in one direction. My stroke size is approximately 0.507. Use a cotton pad to avoid getting smeared. Work bitingly and tightly, so that the skin isn't visible. Work towards yourself. Paint tightly at the bottom of the eyebrow and go softer to the top. By the way, I work without a primary anesthesia. As you can see, the model doesn't hurt. It's very tolerable. You just have to do it slowly using the low speed. Regarding the beginning of the eyebrow, you need to paint it very soft and you can even change the direction. The first passage is done, and now we need to apply the anesthesia on the pigment and cover it with the film. Regarding the second eyebrow, I know that a lot of people like to change and sit on the other side, but if you are taking part in the competition, then it is forbidden. That's why you need to learn how to work from one side. To implant the pigment right, you need to turn the client's face maximum to yourself and fix the eyebrow with your hand, slightly stretching the skin. Again, we insert the needle into the skin not at an angle of 90 degrees, but towards yourself slowly as the other eyebrow. Without gaps, we fill the second eyebrow towards yourself. All the movements are quite widened. By the way, after we made a piece of the eyebrow, wipe it to see if you have pigments residue. That is how beginners master do. Basically, if you're sure how you put your stroke, then you can check it when you complete the work on the entire eyebrow. An important point is when you start making the eyebrow from the angle towards yourself, later it becomes uncomfortable for you to take it. Turn it in different direction. The angle can be taken either up, or if the angle is on the bone, you can bring the eyebrow down so the part on which you are working is soft. This guarantees you no deepening of the pigments at the corners and no gray-blue shades at the corners, which are frequent mistakes of masters that they work on bones or with strong tension precisely on the corners. If you have a bad supply of pigments from the cartridge, there are several reasons for this. Either the pigment has dried up and does not lend itself well, or you have set the needle offset incorrectly. These two reasons of poor pigment supply, so you can check if the adjustment needle is correct. For example, it should be 1.5 or 2 millimeters. Then the pigment will fit well. You can change the direction of the needle at the base of the eyebrows and work easily. Then we apply secondary anesthesia on the second eyebrow and cover it with the film. Here we have the rest after the first pass. The sketch is completely fixed. We see everything and we can continue to work on the second pass. For the first pass, I used the base and brown haired mix 60-40. Then we set for ourselves points with a stick to create a gradient. Retreat about 2 mm from the beginning of the eyebrow and from the top of the eyebrow. Fixing it with the dots the area we will work on. The gradient I will create with the shade of deep brown and with the needle 5. You can start from the end of the eyebrow or from the beginning of the eyebrow. I will start from the beginning of the eyebrow. Begin to create a gradient following the dots be marked before. Work slowly, the mood of the stroke is 50-50. You can take needle 5 or 3. At the moment I work with the 5. Don't stretch the eyebrow too much. The main thing is to fix it. Lift the tail of the eyebrows up, so as not to go too deep. I finished the second pass. To remove the pigment from the surface of the skin, we use a green soap and a gel. We're making another gradient, but this time we take a smaller grip. Retreat from the base of the eyebrows and color it inside with a dense stroke. I took deep brown pigment to create the gradient. It is darker. By the way, you use it in the raw for brunette girls with a cold skin type, but in this case we use it only to create a gradient. After we apply the gradient for the third time, we again apply secondary anesthesia and also cover it with a film. Then we proceed to the second eyebrow and do the same thing. Here we have the first pass fixed on the second eyebrow. Then we also set points retreating from the base of the eyebrow by 2 mm. Mark for ourselves the area where we will do the gradient. You can start with the base or you can start from the end of the eyebrows. If you start from the angle of the eyebrows, be sure to turn client's head towards the chest and gently, slowly create a gradient. You can also work back and forth, but at this point, the machine must already be held at an angle of 90 degrees. This technique we use only when we make the gradient. You can also work towards yourself. This is not important. We're at the final stage and now we will put dots to align the eyebrows and to create a more velvet fluffy effect. As the gradient is already there and we will finish the work, for this we need a clean stick with the pigment. At these points, we will just do the fluffing of the eyebrows so that they seem more weightless, airy and velvety. Then we will already work with a more scattered long stroke so as not to create a gradient but to make it fluffier. You can work in the same direction as we basically did the whole eyebrow. We go beyond the eyebrows and work on those points that we have outlined for ourselves. Thus we will create just fluffy eyebrows. Fluffy eyebrows cannot be created in one pass, maybe in two. We will look after the fact. By the way, what I want to say about the Micron apparatus. The Micron machine produced very soft shadow. Despite the fact that the machine is long stroked, the pixels are very soft, thin and delicate. This machine is for velvet eyebrows. Any cartridges are suitable for this machine, but the best are native ones, the Micron cartridges. We start making the second eyebrow fluffy from the end of the eyebrow with long stroke and diffusely go beyond the eyebrows following the dots. At the beginning of the eyebrow, we change the direction and working towards yourself. At the end of the procedure, I apply eye drops around the eyebrows to make it look better. We need it for the photo shoot. If you don't take pictures, it is not necessary. Cover eyebrows with the film after applying the eye drops. To continue preparing eyebrows for the photo shoot, I need a beige pencil, which I apply under the eyebrow and smudge it with the cotton swab. It will make picture look beautiful. To take beautiful eyebrows photos, firstly adjust the lamp. It must be set somewhere in the middle of the light power. The approximate distance is 20 centimeters from the face. As for the photo itself, I use a magnifying glass. You can buy it absolutely anywhere. The correct angle for the photo is somewhere at the angle of 45 degrees. When I photograph the eyebrow farthest from me, I photograph it from this angle. And when I photograph the one closer to me, I need to photograph it from the back. Change the angle, you will get different photos. You can also make a video. You can also make a portrait shoot. Hold the camera above the lamp. Make the photo from the side, so the face looks longer and you can see eyebrows very well. That's it. Thank you all for watching my small eyebrow masterclass in fluffy fur technique. All the products I use you can find on the website as-pigments.ru. Have a good day and see you soon!